Oh, it's working. Hello, welcome. I am working on the backlog of downloads that came through for you guys. This came through before last Wednesday. So this is live streaming Monday, May the 2nd, 2022. And this download, 𝐬𝐮𝐢ₐₐ, came through before last Wednesday, back when it was still April, so like the end of April. There's a backlog of downloads to get through, and I didn't know which one to start tuning into. And it was pretty perfect because I started to, I did the weeklies, and then I took a break, and I was picking up papers because I have a lot of papers, and I kind of just let them fly around the room. And I was picking some up, and I was listening to this YouTube video of a girl singing Creep by Radiohead with her parrot, her green parrot. It was hilarious. It was so sweet. And I was listening to that, and then like YouTube made it just started to play the next video, and the next video was Creep by Radiohead, and then the next video after that was this blues compilation, which I will link it to you in the description box when I fill it in after the reading. Actually, let me do that right now because I want you guys to have it. All right. And this, it was just really perfect because this is your reading, your channeling is this Zoot Suit Riot energy, and it's like super emotional, super bluesy, super, let's see if that works. Changes saved. Okay, so it should be there if you just like refresh your page. That playlist came on, and the first 20 minutes of it were just, it was like I had these little blues receptors in my brain that just like came alive and awake that I didn't even know I had. And I mean, I like blues. It's like, I'll say like I didn't like blues music before, but it's like, I don't know, it's just like I just woke up to some really, it was very, very nice. Anyway, so that's there. And then that kind of just was really clear and told me that we're going to jump into 𝐬𝐮𝐢ₐ in that reading. So I pulled a pre-shuffle card from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and you got the Star. And this is a different, this means something different, a little bit different. So there's the image, and the description from the bookie book reads, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Attraction. The magic of the union. An action aimed at attracting with no obligation brings serenity and relieves the soul of pettiness. It is only a romantic invitation to love. The rest will come spontaneously. So there's something here about like the no obligation, no pressure, no heaviness, no expectation. It is only a romantic invitation to love. The rest will come spontaneously. And the star in the traditional tarot, and I'm going to put this back now because we might get into this to clarify, is sort of this meditative, immaterial energy. So I don't know, let's take a look at this thing because it's 𝐬𝐮𝐢ₐₐ came in, and at first I thought it was that song by the Cherry Poppin' Daddies, and so I haven't said that out loud. Now that I do, I feel ridiculous. But it's like this swing sort of song. And then of course there's like history. There's history with this too. So I'm just a messenger. That's all I do. I just do what I'm told. Let's get into it. What does this mean? What's this message that I'm here to deliver? 𝐬𝐮𝐢ₐₐ. There is something about these suits though. These really cool suits. I mean, they're sharp. They're pretty cool. I know Malcolm X wore them. That's someone's confirmation. Oh. Oh, read the omens. Like really, especially if you're watching this between the beginning of May and the end of May 2022, read all of the omens because they're it's like even more true. You might even be getting more omens because we're in the spooky eclipse energy. So first energy is the strongest, and this one really came out with a bang. The Ace of Pentacles. There's something being seeded here. And all of the aces, they're just that. They're just seeds. You've got to nurture it. You've got to water it. You've got to really give it attention, give it love, give it all of these things. So whether this is a child that you're rearing, whether this is a relationship that you're nursing, whether this is a business, a small business, a creative project, you need to know how to make it grow. And then when it's growing and sustaining itself, you don't need to give it as much that you do in the beginning. So it sort of takes on its own self-care. What does it say? The rest will come spontaneously, right? It is only a romantic invitation to love. The rest will come spontaneously. So as the seed kind of grows and it gets its nourishment from the sun and from all these things, there's something a little bit we're going to take that because we literally got the star for you. This looks pretty dramatic, but we'll stop here with just the Ace of Pentacles and the star. So there's something very magical about this beginning. There's something very inspired, very meditative. This might be something that comes through in a dream. This might be a creative inspiration that you are being guided to build. It's like you're planting something. And there's something special. Like I like how in this Ace of Pentacles, there's like this little hedge and it's very VIP. It's very special. And just like the star, there's something very unique and very special. So there's something that you're doing. There's something that you're starting that is different. There's something different about this, and we're gonna get the rose gold to get the astral, but there's something special that you're beginning here. So believe it. That loud noise, that's like an underline of the cosmos. That's an italicized, that's bolden, that's circled red. So tell me more about this energy. And I am getting something. So I definitely feel like I'm just off of my normal clock. So that sense of timelessness, like when you wake up taking a nap during the day and you just feel like very surreal, I feel like that. So it feels like it should be 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's not. But at the same time, it's got like that quietness where you just sort of feel serene and safe because everybody else is asleep. And when everybody else is asleep, there's no like pressure. You don't feel like anyone's expecting anything of you. You don't feel like anyone's thinking about you. So you don't have to like own that energy. Or if you're I'm getting like you normally think about that kind of a thing. Maybe you have expectations, you have a lot of burdens or responsibilities, and it's just a relief. But okay, all those freaking people are asleep and they're not thinking about me, and they're not expecting anything of me. They're not needing anything from me. They're not asking me for anything. So it's like you're growing something in the privacy of your mind. You're growing something, and it's special because it is in the privacy of your mind and maybe even your heart. So this could be, even if you work creatively, even if you already do something creative, this is something that's growing. This is like very special, like just for you. Maybe you do it just for yourself. There's something about like not maybe even wanting to share it with anybody yet. Speaking of which, 4 of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Devil. Oh, the Judgment and Strength. You know what? The more you try to hold it back, It's like that pulling the arrow back. The resistance, the resistance, the resistance, and then you release, and then it just shoots forward. Going from that Four of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords. And especially with all of this restraint. Look at all this restraint. Both the Devil and the Strength energy have to do with self-mastery, self-control. These chains are loose around their necks. The lights are a little bit dim tonight, because looking at the screen, I usually get a break on the weekend to not look at screens, but I worked this weekend, so like it's like a relief just to like read a book and look at paper. So it's dim lighting. Anyway, so the chains are loose around their necks, meaning that they could take them off whenever they want. And the Devil sits on a half pedestal. This is like a half monolith, meaning that we're missing the information. They don't have all the information. They just think, oh, I gotta be chained to this. There's like, this is pretty lusty, actually. Oh, that's something that came through for someone. So I've been seeing these astral beings that are like half animal, half humanoid, and that's something for someone. Like that's clearly someone for something. But I was kind of, she gave that to me, seeing this and then seeing this over here. There's some, so there's half of you, you're trying to be civilized, you're trying to be divine, you're trying to be holy, but there's the bottom half of your body that's like an animal. It's animalistic. It's got human needs, human wants, blood. So it's difficult. And listen, like I said, we all pick our poison. Everyone's learning different things at different times. We're gonna get more into that. But this is telling me that there's something quite magical. Thank you. Something about a voice, a sound, music for someone. Gosh, it could be the word of truth. I mean, it could just really be a phone call with someone. I feel like you kind of just need to shift your attitude about this. Whatever you're fighting, like whatever that resistance is, I think it's kind of fallacious. Sounds like a bad word. Let's move on. What else do we need to know about this energy? So don't get stuck on there's something that you're getting stuck on, maybe being too narrow, maybe being too specific. And like the lustiness, like that human part of you, doesn't have to be lust. It can be that you're trying to force something, that you want something to happen a certain way, that you want something to look a certain way, that you're frustrated with something, that something's bothering you, anger, jealousy, greed, fears, all of that isn't real. And that's what sets you free. It's not about removing the thing bothering you or making things go your way or whatever you think it is that's going to make you feel better. It's not it. It's not a real story, but it's a good story where Alexander the Great comes up to, I think, a philosopher, tells him, I conquered the world. Ha, And the philosopher replies, I conquered the need to conquer the world. Ha. That's what this is. Don't try to conquer the world. You just got to conquer your need to conquer the world. So whatever is giving you grief, whatever is frustrating with this, you're fighting something. If you just let yourself be inspired and trust in the divinity of your inspiration, trust that you're given this divine inspiration for a reason, and not try to be so human and make it fit something. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Speaking of Alexander the Great, look at that beautiful campaign. Look at that victory lap. Look at that applause. Look at that wish come true. Look at that happiness. Look at that arm candy. Look at those smiles. Look at those pearly white teeth. Teeth, not teeth. Anyway, so I feel like you just need this message as like a little touch-up energy work here. You already got it all. You already got a lot of everything. It's all right there in front of you. Wish come true, everything you ever wanted. Something looks visibly good about this too. The Six of Wands. But I am going to clarify. The finish line. The mental block. This feels like she's in a cage with this right here. Let's take a look. For this, I want to use the rose gold. I want to see the astral with this. We'll use the tarot sexual magic to clarify the next glob. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles and the Star, please. Damn. The High Priestess. Someone out there, if I'm connecting with someone with ability, psychic ability, if I'm connecting with someone who would identify as a witch or a warlock, if you're magical, if you use your intuition, if you're an empath, don't forget that. Don't forget that you can fix all your problems. Don't forget that you're magical. This is like being a witch and forgetting that you know how to fix all your problems. This is like being a warlock and forgetting that you know that you're a magical being that can fix all your problems. I'm just reminding you here. So stop pretending. Stop pretending like you can't fix this. Stop pretending like, that's what evil is. That's what the devil is. It's a lie. And if they can convince you that you're whatever, they can convince you of the lie. So stop pretending like this has any power over you. Wake up. Wake up to your magical ability. Honestly, you guys, my Hierophants and High Priestesses are so magical. They do such great energy work, and it's just definitely going to be one of the greatest honors of my life is to serve in this way, because those people are those are some magical people. So for those of you watching here on YouTube, don't forget your magic. Don't forget you're a warlock or a witch or however you would identify. You're starting something. There's something beginning and growing, and you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your divinity. You're letting this, you're giving this power to being empowered. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this middle glob here. I actually really love doing this at night. It's so quiet and so peaceful. Man, this feels good. It feels so nice, like everyone else is asleep. Like, settle down, calm down. we've got the Nine of Wands. This is kind of a funny depiction because she's like trying to nuzzle him, and he's just like, I don't know, he's like kind of there, but he's kind of confused, or I don't know. It's a little bit of a, there's like a block there. Let's read from the bookie book. Caressing. Aw, the magic of the three little birds. When the situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. And change is the only constant. Birds might be a thing for you. When a situation is suspended. Oh, it's this situation overall. Or blocked by doubt. This might be, this is the, okay. Or blocked by doubt. You must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. There's that. This is the hurry to resolve it part with, see, that's the pulling it back and then releasing it. The Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. This is kind of like an ultimatum, like big decision. It might be something from the past. It might be very karmic. All right, let's end it on the high note. Let's take a look at the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. And I do want to use this one. Tell me about the Nine of, this is like a wish come true. Very happy. The Devil, look at this dude. The Moon and the Knight of Chalices. Damn. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. The Devil. In this deck, look at this, half human, half animal. Jeez. Magnetism. Liberating orgy. Eros is a grandiose force that, when deviated, becomes dangerous. It risks deception, betrayal, or blackmail. This publicity, this publicness could get you a lot. There might be some kind of, how do I put it? Like an unhealthy, like you might create something from your own divinity. And once, let's say it's a creative thing. You create this wonderful thing, and she's giving me Zoot Suit Riot again. Riot. This is the riot part. The success of it could be something beyond, it's like once you create something and you give it to the world, it's the world's. It's the world's. There's a point of release where it's okay, it's the world's now. This could be kind of like a riot where it becomes super like popular, or really it's like a hunger for it. And now just be careful. The magnetism. Eros is a grandiose force that, when deviated, becomes dangerous. So you might have a lot of, you might be a little bit too magical here. Like you might have a lot of force, and you're just like, it's like driving a really great fast car, beautiful car. But if you don't know how to drive it, you can't go fast because you're gonna crash it. It gets out of your control. So you might be, this is kind of what happens with a lot of ability or a lot of even talent, is that it's so much to handle. And that's why you get, an Amy Winehouse or Jim Morrison, like these bright lights burn out so young, because it's just too much. It's just a lot of brilliance to handle. So whatever you're doing, it could get, it could run you. It could, but that's why we're here right now, is for you to wake up and remember that you're a witch, you're a warlock, you know how to fix all this. Oh. All right, let's take a look at the moon next. The moon, fancy. Fancy, fancy. I don't know if you guys have seen Auntie Donna. Oh, they're so funny. Okay. That's like my, if anyone wants to collaborate and be a comedy troupe with me, I've been searching forever for someone to play with. And my whole thing, okay, just watch Auntie Donna and just like email me. So the moon. Fancy. Fancy, fancy. The spell of love. A slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing fecundity. Slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing fecundity. Here's the thing about the moon. And here's the thing about the Neptune energy. I mean, the Piscean energy, the Pisces party that we're coming out of, or waking up out of, is that what I told my people in April monthlies on my Patreon is like, listen guys, whatever you want to believe, you're going to be able to believe it, you know. So if you're channeling this inception energy, you're like not trusting it. So this moon is sort of like a mirror that's going to reflect you. And it's going to reflect something behind you that you just don't even know that's there. So the TLDR is if you project this divinity, if you project this divine inspiration, the evocation of happy images and sounds, that is what will restore your, it says serenity, but it's what releases you from whatever this fear is. It's got this hold over you, or whatever this negative emotion is, whatever the source of your discontent is. So it's like going through the dark woods and you see like a shadow move. And if you project that it's like a monster, you're going to feel fear. But if you project that it's a helpful little animal, then you're not going to feel fear. And you're going to feel relief, like, oh, I have a little friend in the forest, my little forest friend. That's the suit part. That's the suit part of Zoot Suit Riot. It's a suit. Okay, you gotta, there's something about putting on a suit. Almost like an air of professionalism, where you put on the suit and you're ready for business. But this might not be like a traditional suit. This might be like a cloak or something for you. You'll have to figure out how this resonates with you, but it's like when you put this on, and it might be physical, this might just be for your attitude, but there's something about something that you, it's like an image that you project out. It's like an image you project out. All right, let's take a look at the Knight of Chalices. Modesty, the magic of the red candle, is awareness of oneself and sexuality born of shame or discretion. Without encounters with others, you cannot find yourself. I'm getting such Chiron energy with this. This This is almost like a fear of being seen. So you put on the suit. That's the underlying fear of all of whatever you think is giving you grief, is an actual fear of being empowered. You're actually afraid to have this power. You're actually afraid to be the best that you can be. So that's why you put on some suit, so that you're misinterpreted, so that you're misunderstood, so that you're projecting what's not really you. You're trying to fake it to be like everybody else, but you're not. You're like a warlock or something. And you're resisting something that you're starting here. There's something about that you're not taking care of yourself too. There's something that wasn't, you might have had a moment where you were very powerful in your infancy or when you were growing up, and something shamed you for being powerful, something shamed you for being erotic, something shamed you for being creative, something shamed you for being smart, something shamed you for being brilliant and wonderful and magical. Zoot Suit Riot. It's like rage against the machine, rage against the systems that keep everybody disempowered, that keep everyone whatever. You might hear some, what's the guidance? Got here the ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. The heart, love, is the only truth. Your heart knows the truth. Your mind is not on board. Your mind is afraid of power. Your mind is afraid of your own power. Your mind is afraid of being, but your heart wants the exaltation. The heart wants it. You're channeling through your heart. You're channeling through this inspiration. Meadowlark, smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. That is so exciting. A wonderful journey of inner discovery, going within, because there's no obstacle. There's no real obstacle. There's nothing really wrong. And if there is something physically wrong, you got to remember you're a warlock. You got to remember you're a witch. And you got to remember that you're magical and that you can fix all this. Oh, thanks, Al. What is that? It's a little coffee. Thank you. Vielen Dank. So this is you're gonna come back to this. You're gonna wake up to this. Your real power and all of it. God, you got double devil here. And it's not like the lustiness that's human. It's the fear that's human. You guys let me know how this goes for you. Listen to that link I put in, the bluesy music. There's something swirling in here. Whatever your new beginning is, this is what you need to focus on. Not all this. This is what you got to focus on. This is what you want to tune into. Channel and program. Your human body is the conductor, is what's getting all the vibration. So take good care of yourself. All right? And keep on channeling. I love you guys. Take very good care. I'll be back with the rest of, God, we have a long list. I'll be back with the rest of your messages later on this week. Take good care, and until next time, my loves, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darling.